Hey, good morning, you all. Thank you, Eric and David. I only have one slide, actually, a couple of slides that I would like to share with you. And the first one has to do with actually the makeup of the voters in the state of California and then drill down to the county level as well as the city of Glendale. Why is that important for us as realtors to know? Because with the makeup of the legislative body in the state of California today, uh, we can carve space to advance issues that are important to the realtors, such as keeping you in the center of the transaction, such as protection of private property rights, such as protection of privacy rights of your clients and homeowners. And it's important for you to know, at least have an idea what this makeup is. And I'm sure some of you already do. So let's get started. This is the tile grid map of the state of California. The red, basically, these are all the counties. The red color signifies the more red, the more Republican, the more blue, the more Democrat. Then what I've done is I've taken the stats or the numbers for the county of Los Angeles. We have 5.8 million voters, registered voters in the county. 53% of them are Democrats. About 17% are Republicans. And the rest, which is 30%, are either independents, other, or decline to state the affiliation. And by the way, the INO are the number of the people that usually vote Democratic in state of California, but they are they tilt the scale basically on the elections that we've had and or we will have. In the most actually county that is Republican, that is the most Republican, is Lassen County. And of course, San Francisco is the most, San Francisco County is the most Democratic county in the state of California. Down to Glendale. Glendale has 101,000 registered voters. 40% or 41% are Democrats versus, if you look at the state, 53%. 22.5% are Republicans versus the state or the county, I'm sorry, that is 17%. And you can see that the independents and others are pretty much the same number. So this has been the latest that we have on the voters in the state of California, their makeup and how they have registered. The other part that I'd like to share with you is, as you know, we have started a campaign against rent registry or the formation of rent registry in the city of Glendale. As of today, the voters in the city of Glendale will be receiving curated text and email messages encouraging them to communicate with their legislators or the city council and showing their opposition. And so a typical voter will receive the following. Can you see the screen? Okay. In the email, if you're a voter in the city of Glendale, you will receive an invitation to take action that states that the rent registry calls for too much personal information, too much money, and too much red tape. And if the voter is enticed to go forward by pressing get started, it will take them to the call for action page that you all are familiar with. Except this has been curated and or put together a little bit less technical language so the voter can actually understand what is going on. And by by filling out their name, address, phone number, and what have you, not phone number, email, and pressing the send message. The message will go to all 5 council people. So again, this is what has been sent, will be sent to the voters today. I believe about maybe close to about 35,000 voters will receive this message or variations of this message 5 times between now and August 24th. And also the text messages that would be sent out would be a variation of what you just saw, but everything would land on that call for action page, basically motivating the voters to let the city council know that they also oppose this intrusion on the privacy of tenant and the housing provider and this intrusion on private property rights. With that, that concludes my presentation, Eric, and I appreciate the time.
Greg, as usual, a great report. Thank you for that. Please, I want to encourage you all to respond to this, and even more so, to talk to those people in the community who are not real estate agents, because this will affect them a great deal. Carmen, you have a question?
I do. Greg, do you know how many people have responded to this so far, meaning expressed their opposition to the city council?
So our call for action was mainly geared towards realtors, our fellow realtors, and some of their family members. To date, as we speak, and not counting the campaign, because the kickoff is today for that campaign, every single city council member has received 205 opposition letters from our realtors. So in total, about 1,035 call for actions have been sent to the Glendale City Council.
We have about 1,700 members in our organization. 205 is a small sample. Everybody needs to do this. Everybody needs to participate. This affects all of us.
Yeah, so from your mouth to God's ears, but I will tell you, in the bigger scheme of things, 25% response rate is not bad at all. But again, keep in mind that we were playing tag with the Glendale City because they were postponing it and then repostponing it. So we had to stop our CFA. I'm positive that we are going to get very, very good results out of our campaign. Thank you.
So whether you're a small office or a big office, those of us on this call, make sure that you let them know that this is there and to respond to it. Do I have it?
If I may,
Well,
add one more thing, President Electoral. I was at Coa Banco Hallmark making the same presentation about a couple of 2 or 3 days ago. The entire presentation took about 5 minutes, but I ended up responding to questions of about close to about 20 or so minutes. And interestingly, I had offered, again with my big mouth, that if anybody was to fill out the call for action, they would get a Starbucks gift certificate from me. And I'm waiting. In fact, I'm shaking to find out how many have filled it out. Angela Sassoonian is telling me that it's going to be close to about 70. So at any rate, I just wanted to share that with you as well.
Greg,
go ahead, Ira.
You want to mention that even if you don't live in Glendale, you can still respond and send, because I think a lot of people figure, well, I don't live in Glendale. What difference does it make? Because they know I'm not a Glendale resident.
Doesn't matter. By the way, once you get this, if you're a voter in Glendale, you will get this email. But even if you don't, David and I will go ahead and forward it to you so you can forward this formal, call for action to your family, your friends, people that own property in the city of Glendale. It doesn't matter. The idea here is very simple. The idea here is to nip it in the butt in the city of Glendale. Because as you know, What happens in Glendale doesn't exactly stay in Glendale. It has tentacles and it spreads. And that was the case, by the way. I want you to be very, very clear on this. That was the case with the state rent control. It was modeled after what Glendale did with their rent cap. Just saying. Thank you.
Thank you.